So to find fonts and download them, you can go to lots of different pages on the internet. Font Squirrel and DaFont are two that work pretty well. If you go to DaFont, they have lots of different categories to look for fonts. You can just kind of scroll through fonts. You can do it A through Z. Sometimes if you search the actual word, there'll be a font kind of like it. So for red, I searched fire. So maybe if I search something with flames, let's see what I get. So I get something that will show flames. You can type the word here. I'm going to type fire and do submit. And I can kind of see what my word's going to look like. Then I'm going to go down and pick the one that I like. I think I like this one right here. It's called Flamer. Download. I want to make sure Save File is on. And I'm going to click OK. You're going to have a little arrow up here that shows all your downloads. You can click on it. You can just click on this right here. It will unzip. You can click Show Downloads. Still, it's not anything editable here. If you double click on that, it unzips it for you, and then it will go into your Finder window. So it won't necessarily show up. You have to click on this little guy down here, and then you will see. So what I like to do is go to Downloads, and I'm going to make a list, and I'm going to make sure that I'm going to do that date modified. That way this comes on the top. So I don't do it by name. I want to do it by date modified so that I can see the last. It's easiest for me to see the last thing I got that way. I'm going to double click on the name. And this one automatically opened as a TTF and it's highlighted for me so I don't have to look much more. I double click on that and you click on Install Font. Sometimes you get this error, it's okay. Click the box and install the font. Then I'm going to go to my next word is creativity. So I'm going to go back to the home page by clicking on this. Creativity, I'm going to look for something decorative. I'm going to put in creativity. Even that first one right here kind of works. For this one really works. This one works. I'm going to choose this one though. Little Snorlax. I'm going to save my file. I'm going to click on it here. That time the Finder window opened up for me. So there's Little Snorlax. It automatically unzipped to the TTF file. Double click on it, wait for Install Font, and then install the font. Another one, Bright. I can search the word. Let's see if something comes up. I kind of like the idea of lights. That could be considered bright because it's like lights. So let's see what it looks like. This preview button is really great because let's say, for example, I was looking for a good font for Lakewood that was like a black letter medieval font. But sometimes those letters look weird. So like you really want the L to stand out, and a lot of times the L looked like H or something. So even though you would download it, it wouldn't turn out to be what you would think. So I think these two work good. Do you like the top one better or the bottom one? Bottom. So we're going to download, that's called Lights. It's called Bright Lights actually. So what I would do is I would actually write down the font that you pick for the word for now, because tomorrow when you go back to remember, you're not going to remember. So I'm going to click here. I like to install the font each time I download it, like right away. Otherwise you forget where they are. This one unzipped into a folder. So you got to click the arrow. And they have a lot of different options. So they have just the regular one, thin and bold. I'm going to install all of them. That's very strange what that says. I don't know why that is that way. Some fonts you have to be careful. And so on and so forth. So you're going to go and find those fonts, pick good ones, download them, and find, I would write down so you can remember them for tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to give you the instructions to start. We're going to type these all up and how to do that in Illustrator. Yeah? Good? Go!